guys, welcome back to 10th Inning Cards and Collectibles, and I am back with another box break here. This one is T2 Terminator 2 Judgment Day cards from Topps, and these are sticker cards, so we're gonna have some fun, open these up together and check them out. I think there are 48 packs, but in each pack you only get 5 cards. So we'll go through. I'm going to pull up some interesting facts about the movie. T2 is actually one of my favorite movies of James Cameron. He's made obviously quite a few great movies. I also think that T2 is one of the few movies that is actually better than the original. I prefer Judgment Day over the original Terminator. I think from a storytelling standpoint, from a filmmaking standpoint, it's a superior film to the first one. And it did really, really well. So in my life before I started this card channel, this was actually same channel, just changed the name and changed the content. This used to be Back in Time, which was a retro podcast where we would go back and relive some of our favorite movies from childhood, and we would break them down scene by scene and talk about how much money they made and the critic reviews, and then we would go through each and every scene of the movie and we would dissect it. And my buddy's a writer. He's got some projects that he's doing. He's not a Hollywood guy by any means, but he's got movies being made by guys in Hollywood and actors that you would know. So yeah, I get his feedback from a writer standpoint, and then I would give my feedback as the fan, the watcher, and that was kind of our thing for a long time. Did that for almost 5 years. We had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of episodes. Can't even remember what our last one was, but here we go. So I know quite a bit about movies. If you guys are like, man, I thought this was a card channel. Why is this guy all about movies? So my daughter opened up a pack earlier. So here's what she got. Road Warriors, LA 2029. Adult John Connor, which we really don't see in T2. Hasta La Vista Baby, and In Search of John on the motorcycle. So here's the pack. Classic wax pack from Topps in the 90s. You can see here, Topps Company, Duria, Pennsylvania. Shout out to ya. Any watchers from Duria, let me know. I'll be back. There's Arnold. A Date with Destiny. Saving Sarah from Herself. The Terminator. And the T1000 card. Very cool. One of the things I remember about T2 and the special features, they interviewed Mr. Patrick, Robert Patrick, who played the T1000. And he said he specifically trained for that role by running and sprinting while holding his breath. So if you're like, wow, it looks like he doesn't breathe, that's because he's not. And he did an awesome job with that role. And yeah, it's been copied. It just popped up in a movie not too long ago, and he reprised it and did some of the running. So I always thought that was really cool. I will, of course, go through and see if any of the actors from Terminator sign autographs. I would love to get some of these with signatures on them. I'm not sure if any of them do. I think I looked up Edward Furlong at one point to see if he did. He doesn't. There's Linda Hamilton, The Deception. Here's A Warrior Out of Time. Not So Friendly Persuasion. When they break in to the scientist house, beat him up, shoot him, and then, of course, make him go with... Here's a fire escape. Look at that. Such a cool shot. No CGI. That's all real there. Armed and Dangerous. Sarah faces death. So as I'm opening these up and checking them out, here's some facts about the movie. So this was a July 4th weekend release. Came out on July 1st in Culver City, and then it premiered in the US on July 3rd. Got a runtime of just over 2 hours. And the budget for this movie was about $94 to $102 million. And the movie would gross about $520 million at the box office. If memory serves me right, I believe that was the highest grossing movie of 1991. And it did extremely well. There's Sarah's nightmare. Here's a great shot. So the basically the story is it's 2009. Earth has been ravaged by the war between Skynet, AI intelligence, which, boy, does that seem accurate these days. And essentially what happens here is Skynet sends back a T-1000 shape-shifting Terminator made of liquid metal to try to kill the resistance leader John Connor before he becomes a grown man. So this is when he's a child. He's still like a teenager in this movie. And then what happens is the resistance sends back a reprogrammed T-800 Terminator. Obviously that's played by Arnold Schwarzenegger. And if you remember in the original, the T-800 is sent to kill John Connor. Sent to kill Sarah Connor, not John Connor. And then her and Kyle Reese form a team, and apparently in the process made a child. And that child became John Connor. So, yeah, so this movie is really cool. It kind of picks up Sarah's in a incarcerated in a state hospital for violent episodes, and everybody thinks she's crazy because she saw these Terminators and machines. And then, yeah, obviously she gets out at some point, and they have to try and stop the T-1000 from killing John Connor and to save the resistance. So, such a great movie. Might have to watch it again here sometime soon. So, a lot of repeats in here. I don't know that these are even numbered. Sequence 24, sequence 22. Okay, so they are numbered on here. They've got a sequence on it, Big Rig Pursuit. Sarah Connor. A lot of the same cards over and over and over, which is totally cool. I paid very little money for this box. Just wanted to open them up, check them out, and have a little fun on here. I think I paid, I don't know, 15 bucks for this, 20 bucks. And yeah, you can see there's a marker on here. So what I was told in the Chasing Cardboard Live on Whatnot is they bought this from a guy, I can't remember where he was located, but he had, I mean, literally like a garage full of wax. Just wax boxes, you know, 5 feet high. And I think they thought, like a lot of people did in the 90s, that, heck, I'll put these away. These are going to turn into really valuable cards at one point, and then I'll sell them. I'll make a fortune, or make a good bit of money. And that just never happened. As we know, the junk wax era was well underway in 1991, and these cards did not sell very well. So the reason they have a marker on them is when they didn't sell at the card shops or at retail, then they would put a marker through them and put them on clearance, I believe is what he had mentioned. So basically like half price or whatever, just trying to get rid of them. But Yeah, I don't know. Maybe everybody should take notes from 52 Tops and bury them in the bottom of the ocean, and all our other cards will be more valuable. Although I hate the fact that I wouldn't be able to buy more, so I automatically regret what I said. Never do that, because I want to keep opening packs my whole life of 1990 cards. Why not? They're fun. Battered but unbowed. There's a Clash of Titans. Men vs. Machine. Adult John Connor. God, is there any context to this? I don't remember Adult John Connor character. Did he get cut out of the movie? That's a terribly miscut card. Come on, Topps. It's like Panini before there was Panini. What are we doing here? Let me see. I'm going to open a new tab. Terminator 2. Adult John Connor. Cut from the movie? Oh, this is interesting. Okay, maybe you guys will like this. So, on the Ultimate Edition DVD, as well as Skynet Edition on the Blu-ray, there are 3 versions of this film. Only 2 on the menu, but there's a theatrical and special edition version. However, the highlighting the special edition option and keying in 82997 will open an extended special edition option with the T1000 Searching John's Room and an alternate ending added on and replace. Some DVD players can push enter between each digit. Okay. Michael Biehn and as Kyle Reese appears in the special edition. So interesting. I don't think I have the Ultimate Edition DVD. I'm gonna have to get this thing, guys. So there's an alternate edition, and you put in a key. You key in a code and hit enter. This is like Nintendo, and a special version pops up. Huh. I gotta check that out. So it sounds like there's an extended edition, and that's where we meet Adult John Connor. Or at least maybe there's more of him, because if he's in this movie, I don't remember that one bit. I mean, this guy here. When? Where? Huh. Okay. If he's in it, it has to be quick. That's all I can say. I've watched this movie so many times. I don't remember him ever being in the film. Okay. Well, we got a few more packs, guys. I think we've found all the cards you can find in here by now. So I'm going to open these up real quick. We'll shuffle through them, and that'll be it for today's box opening. But stay put for the next one. Coming out very soon here. I've got a box of Back to the Future 2. And I can't wait to open those up here. Dive through. We'll talk some Marty McFly. We'll talk a little Biff Tannen. We'll talk Doc Brown. We'll talk about Mr. Strickland. How is that guy always an asshole? Yeah, I think he was. Or I think he says a hard ass or something like that. It's a great movie. So let me know in the comments, guys. Obviously, they've made a lot of Terminator films. If you've stuck around this long to watch me open the packs, I appreciate that. What's your favorite Terminator movie? Leave that in the comment section. Let me know. I want to hear from you. Mine is T2, followed by T1, followed by, I might go with the most recent reboot that had Sarah Connor back in it, and Arnold. Those would probably be my choices. Top 3. Didn't love Rise of the Machines, I think it's called, the third one. Not a big fan, although I just listened to a podcast with Edward Furlong, and he mentioned that he was actually cast in Terminator 3. They gave him a huge chunk of money, but they also gave him explicit instructions that he needed to kick his habit, get off the drugs, and yeah, as soon as he found out he got the role, he OD'd later that day and woke up with his friends in front of him, had no idea that he had just OD'd. Obviously, the studio caught wind, they pulled it, and that is why John Connor is played by Nick Stahl in Terminator 3 instead of Edward Furlong, and that really derailed his career quite a bit. So that's it, guys. That is the Terminator 2 Judgment Day box opening, and thank you for checking out this video. If you're into autograph collecting or just a fan of collecting in general, sports cards, definitely check out the rest of my content right here on YouTube. And I've got new through the mail videos dropping every single Wednesday, so enjoy those. But in the meantime, you guys have a great rest of the night, and thanks for checking this out.